What is up, guys? We're back with another Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi match. It's actually against another PokeTuber as well, FreezeOrBurnX. I will leave his YouTube link down in the description down below, so you guys go check him out. He does pretty much the same thing, Wi-Fi battles. I know he has Let's Play going on right now as well. Some good shit over there, so if you guys want to check him out as well, link is down in the description. He actually hit me up on Twitter. I don't know. I think he found me on Twitter or something. Just happened to find each other. Both looking for battles. Hey, we throw each other together when we get a battle here. If you guys are for this, feel free to drop a like down below and yeah, subscribe for more battles like this in the future. I don't know why my camera's doing that. I do apologize, guys. This camera's a piece of shit, and I need to buy a new one. I'm really frustrated why it does this. I don't know why it twitches like that. Again, there's nothing I can do about it. It's something internally in the camera's fucked up on this. I will be getting a new camera, hopefully here in the next few months, or towards the end of the school year here. This camera's a piece of shit, and I don't know why it does that. Bringing this team, he did not want to have any Tapus or UBs, so originally I actually had this team in the last battle you guys saw against Brandon, which was the first battle for Sun and Moon. Originally on this team, I actually had Celesteela, which was a very good fit. However, since he did not want any Tabus or UBs, I pretty much just switched out with Migarna, which was probably the next best thing. Even though my Migarna was not 6 IVs, I really didn't have time to even train it up to 100 yet or anything. I just threw it on the team. It's competitively viable. I have raised competitively. Just the IVs are really bad on it yet. I think it has IVs in the right places though. So we got Dreamy Ghost, the Marowak, rocking the Max Attack, Max HP. Big Butt So What, the Blissey, Maximum Strength, Max HP. No defense IV as well. Something to note. Ballora, the Megarna, which is actually Max HP, Max Attack, running the Volt Switch, Dazzling Gleam, Flare Cannon, Flash Cannon. 1-800 Ho Ho Ho. Lola Ninetales. I know you guys know the moveset because from the last video I explained all the movesets. Defensive Garchomp, Max HP, Max Defense. Murphy's Law coming through in this match. Peephole the Starmie with the Waterium Z for the Hydro Vortex. Kind of self-explanatory, Max Special Attack, Max Speed there. My Rapid Swimmer for the team as well. Everyone has a very, very unique team as well. He has the Regirock, Beware, Galvantula, which was going to be an issue. The Glasgow, which is a huge issue. I really didn't think the Napoleon was going to be that much of an issue, but it actually turns out being a huge issue in this match. And Incineroar. This team really does have no Incineroar switch-ins as well. Once Garchomp is gone, Incineroar pretty much runs amok on this team, even with Celesteela. So that's always a threat for this team for some reason. Also, I know this team really isn't up because Pokebank was released. This team is pretty much before Pokebank, and it was really, really, really good team before Pokebank. But now that I've been testing it out, and with all these new mons coming over from Pokebank, I think this team is the last, pretty much long stay that's while at this point. I'm going to pretty much scrape the whole team off the board and pretty much start from scratch and make a team that's actually up to the meta. Because this team is a little bit pretty much just for Sun and Moon OU Gen 7 only. That's really what the team was for. It's not really used to Pokebank, so that's really the reason why it hasn't been doing as well lately. To apologize why I don't know why it looks like that. It doesn't pick up blue too well on this camera for some reason. I did do this one post-com as well, just because I didn't have to not have time to record it live. So otherwise I probably would have recorded live. He actually lead with his Regirock here. I lead with my Marowak here, my lone Marowak Dreamy Ghost. Just because I actually thought it was probably the best lead. If you wanted to lead the Galvantula, if you wanted to lead possibly Empoleon as well. Also, I think another issue with the team is it doesn't have any Stealth Rock setters. Garchomp, being from Gen 7 only, does not get access to Stealth Rock, so I don't have Stealth Rock on this team, which probably would have came through for me a lot in this match. Definitely would have helped in this match if I had Stealth Rock and Garchomp or something like that. He steps rocks. I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw, predicting either the Empoleon or the Glasgow to come in here. It does do a solid amount. It might possibly be defensive here. I'm assuming it's like makes me like, I don't know, maybe like offensive, bulky offensive Glasgow. Let's go for the Toxic, which I did predict. I stayed in, go for the Dragon Claw again. At this point, it's going to be a Tweet KO, pretty much. the Poison Heal is kind of a pain in the ass. I do expect either an Earthquake or a knockoff here. I really don't see what this thing can do to me. And I really have no switching for this thing either. I have nothing that wants to take a knockoff or an Earthquake, so, or get Toxic, so I don't really have no switch in. I'm going to go for the knockoff, get rid of my Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin damage. It's going to add up on him. With that chip damage there, I'm able to take him out with a Dragon Claw, so getting rid of Gliscor this early in the match is very, very good. Even though Starmie could deal with it very well, it is always very good to have the levitating or flying type mons off your opponent's team just so you can spam Earthquake, which is a luxury I have right now. So that's very nice. Just going into the Polion here. I'm assuming Ice Beam was coming my way. I'm not quite sure if he was max speed or not at this point, so I didn't make the safe play and go out into Magearna. Otherwise, I really have no switch in here. I could have went out into Big Butt So What, but Incineroar was pretty much a free invite to come in there. Either Incineroar or the Beware. Goes for the Ice Beam. He does get me a freeze, so he does actually freeze me, which kind of sucks here, because I'm forced to actually go for the Aromatherapy sometime in this match if I do want to use my Magearna. Really unfortunate on my side, because I could have got a really nice chip damage off here with some Volt Switch damage, which hits very, very hard. Base 130 special attack on Magearna, so it would have hit very, very hard. Kind of does suck for me, so I'm just going to have to suck it up and play around it, hopefully, here. I'm going to predict either a normal or fighting type move. Pretty much make the obvious play and go into Dreamy Ghost here. With the rocks up, it's going to be chipping me down each time I switch this thing in. Now, same with Ninetales. So, at this point, I'm assuming this thing's banded since I did not see an item. Band Beware is probably the most common set, so I just was assuming it's banded. There was also a possibility of being Life Orb or E-Belt, but I was assuming it was banded at this point. I go for the Earthquake, either predicting the Regirock or the Empoleon don't want to come in right here. It does go into the Regirock. It is a 2-hit KO, but with leftovers, it was a matter of a roll. If I got a low roll there, I would have pretty much went down. I wanted to keep my Marowak around just so I had to switch into the Beware. I can at least have something to pretty much try to counter that thing, because that thing's a monster against my team. Going to the Garchomp. Being poisoned really does suck on this thing, just because I have no recovery, and my Rock Helmet's gone now, so not going to be doing too much damage back if they do touch me. But going to release an Earthquake here. The Earthquake really doesn't even do much. It actually does less than Marowak's Earthquake, believe it or not. And it's stab on this mon. That's because I'm not invested in attack, but I'm max defense, max HP. But it still does a decent amount. He actually goes for the Drain Punch here. I'm assuming he wanted to stack us Regirock at this point, because Rough Skin, after that, and leftovers, it's in range for Earthquake, so this thing's eventually going to go down. Starmie looking very, very good at this point in the match as well. The only thing that would really pretty much counter Starmie at this point was the Empoleon. Empoleon and probably the Beware at this point, and maybe Galvantula, because Galvantula is a beast, and if it was Sash, it would be a bit of trouble for me, so I had to break the Sash on that as well. At this point, I'm almost gonna die here. Maybe I should have actually no, nah. I was actually gonna say maybe I should keep my Garchomp around, but the Stealth Rocks were up, so I actually forgot about Stealth Rocks here. But I was originally thinking about keeping my Garchomp around just to have that extra chip damage, possible when they Incineroar goes for a move or something, take that Rough Skin damage and possibly recoil from Flare Blitz or something. It does take me out with a Energy Ball. My opponent chokes here. I'm not quite sure if this was a misclick or complete choke, but he actually goes for the Volt Switch. I have the Lightning Rod, so it gets me a free +1. Not that it really matters. I kind of thought this thing was actually Focus Sash anyways, but guess it ain't. We do get a 1-hit KO there, which is very, very nice. No Sticky Web on my side of the field is always a good day. Gets him a free switch into Napoleon. Now this thing's getting to be a big problem here. My Garchomp is gone. I wasn't quite sure if my Garchomp would even outspeed since I'm fully defensive. If he's fully defensive as well, I probably would have outsped and gotten some decent damage off with Earthquake. But since my Garchomp is gone now, it's going to be a little bit more troublesome to deal with this thing. I need some chip damage on this thing. Maybe a Thunderbolt with Starmie was probably going to kill this thing at some point. I just need some chip damage on this thing whenever I can get it. So I needed to at least dwindle it down to the point where Starmie can come in and click Thunderbolt and possibly take it out. That really was my plan at this point in the match. I'm going to go for the Aromatherapy here. Get rid of the freeze on Ballora. So get rid of those hacks. right here I pretty much kind of have to go out into the Marowak. My opponent makes a nice double here, predicting the Marowak switch in and actually goes out into the Incineroar, so it looks like I'll be sacking my Marowak at this point. Goodbye, Dreamy Ghost. Goodbye, because I have no switch in. Plus Stealth Rock's probably would kill me anyways the next turn. I click Earthquake, doesn't matter. Darkest Lariat, it's going to pretty much kill me here. Dark Fire typing is a very, very good offensive typing. It really is. Gonna go to people here. Now right here is where I make a really, really weird play. I actually think he's actually gonna go into the Empoleon here, so I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna go for Scald. Now I am carrying the Waterium Z for the Hydro Vortex. If I would have clicked my Z move, I would have had this thing out of the way. I think if I would have clicked Z move right there, I actually probably would have won this match. A little bit of a spoiler there. If I would have actually clicked that move, I would have one-hit KO'd this thing. Would have still been around. He has the Empoleon and the Beware left. The Beware goes down to Psychic, I think. If he's fully offensive, it should go down to a Psychic. Plus I had the Ninetales in the back for that thing. I can get some chip damage off on the Empoleon, which would allow me to bring it down into Thunderbolt range eventually. And I probably would have won the match. So very, very, very bad play by myself right there. Little bit of an over prediction. I wouldn't say it was necessarily a bad play, but it was a bit of an over prediction to switch out into the Empoleon there, or possibly something else to take the Scald. Just should have clicked the Waterium Z. If I would have did that, I actually probably would have won this match. So not taking anything away from my opponent. This was actually a great match. Just coming out of the wire. He's going to go out into the Empoleon here. Now it gets to the point where I have really no switch-in for Empoleon. It's getting lower and lower on my switch-ins. Once my Blissey is gone, which is probably going to more than likely get killed by the Beware or the Incineroar, which I was hoping by the Incineroar, just so it would be a 1-for-1 at least. And he has to pretty much Flare Blitz me to kill me if he does choose that route, which I was hoping he would choose. At least I'd have a chance to win there if he kills this Incineroar by himself with the recoil damage. Flash Cannon does a shitload. I don't know why it does so much. Luckily, it has a slight chance of being a 2-hit KO. I'm not quite sure if it was an actual 2-hit KO right here after leftovers. Actually, expect my opponent to actually stay in right there and actually maybe go for the Flash Cannon again, going for the roll. I make pretty much the best play here and go for the Volt Switch, get some chip damage off on pretty much whatever wants to come in. If he would have stayed in, I would have got some decent damage off and some very good chip damage. These Stealth Rocks are going to be the vein of me. Definitely going to be the vein of me since I don't have my spinner around either. Gonna go to 1-800-ho-ho-ho, and at this point, it's pretty much a switching game for my opponent. He can switch out pretty much freely. Again, if I would have had a Rocks up, he at least would be taking Rocks damage, which would have been at least very good. Plus Hail damage, so I get some at least chip damage off on his Mons. That would be like switching around. Moonblast, I grant it does do a decent amount still. Does more than I actually thought. Moonblast is 2 times resisted though, and I actually probably would have went for the Blizzard, but Blizzard's 4 times resisted. Even though it's like way higher base power, and then the Hail, it's 4 times resisted, and I think it would actually do less. So Moonblast was my best play all these turns. Gonna go into Beak Blast so what here? Take the Flash Cannon or the Scald. Just go for the Flash Cannon here. Hail's gonna stop, so I kind of wanted to keep my Ninetales around for the Hail as well, just for the chip damage. Maybe it would eventually win me the match, the chip damage from the Hail. My opponent pretty much just played the switching game here. I knew he was going to switch out. There was really no reason for me to click anything else than Toxic. If he wanted to stay in with his Empoleon, I can pretty much stall him out with Soft Boil until he switches. So that was really no problem for me. Toxic was my play there, and luckily it does pay off. He just got into the Incineroar, which really doesn't matter in the end, because more than likely he's going to be going for the Flare Blitz here. I wasn't 100% sure if Darkest Lariat would kill. Just because I am max HP, but I have no defense IV and have 0 defense, so it probably would kill. He does go for the play I actually was hoping for him to make. Does go for the Flare Blitz and actually takes himself out in the recoil by himself, so that's nice. We at least traded 1-for-1 there, so that's at least decent for me. At this point, I really have nothing to really pull this thing back. I go into Ballora here, predicting to go into the Empoleon. Does not work out. Uh, I think if it would have went into the Empoleon, or I can't talk, the Ninetales right here, I could have possibly killed with a Moonblast from this range. That means he would have probably went into the Empoleon. I would have got some chip damage off, and then I'd probably go for the Moonblast, get some chip damage off. He would be around about 50% then. Go into Ballora, live a Flash Cannon, possibly just barely after Rocks, I think. And I'm not quite sure if Volt Switch would have did enough. I don't know, maybe if I would have switched there, maybe we had a chance of winning as well. More so just comes down to the Z move play there, where I did not click Watch Harem Z and the Hydro Vortex. I'm going to go down to my Life Orb recoil, so my opponent picks up a 1-0 by default there. So GG my opponent, he played very well. I kind of fucked up on a few of my plays with the, like I said, that move choice right there, going for Scald instead of the Hydro Vortex, and I don't know, I just got unfortunate there switching in Ballora against the Beware, so there's nothing I can really do. It was either 50-50, so I'm not really going to really pull myself down for that. But if you guys want to check my opponent's channel, we'll be down in the description as well. Also, the Omega Battle Association will be starting up here in the next few weeks. We're looking for coaches as well. If you guys want to join a Pokemon League-based format, OBA League on Twitter, the OBA League. This should be in my follows. If you guys follow me on Twitter, then it should be in my follows. Looking for more coaches. It's actually going to be a free draft this season as well, which a lot of coaches are upset, including myself, that it's a free draft this season. I'll get into more once the season starts, but eventually more content like competitive Wi-Fi and stuff like that from the OBA will be going onto the channel. I know I've been getting a lot of not really complaints, but people asking where the Wi-Fi battles and stuff like that's been. I've been really busy lately, guys. You guys gotta understand. I have school, I have work, I have a lot of IRL shit going on right now. A lot of that stuff is more priority than going on looking for Wi-Fi. So, but when the OBA does start, you guys will have daily or weekly battles for league format. So, look forward to that. Definitely going to be very interesting drafting free draft this season. Definitely very, very interesting. Other than that, see you guys in the next video. Drop a like, subscribe, that'd be awesome if you did enjoy. And yeah, peace.